Good morning, family. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Peggy, and welcome to another vlog. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel because we are forever growing over here. Anyway, today is, what's today? Thursday? Wednesday or Thursday, one of those days. Let me tell you, I am super duper exhausted from all the work I had to do to get Trey's graduation out of the way. And it was a success. And I thank you guys, those of you who sent him cash apps. Well, they reached out to me to send him cash apps. And those of you for the nice comments, he read them all. He was so happy, so excited. So he's ready for his next leg of life. So we're excited for that. I just wanted to come in and introduce the vlog. Right now, I'm about to go out and get my steps in. So Donald and I have been walking, but today he can't walk because he has previous health issues from being in the military. And so he's having shin splint problems and stuff like that. So he can't go today. So I'm going to go solo dolo. I think I'll be fine. It's one part of the walk that's pretty creepy. And so when me and Donald walk back, it's not creepy. It's like, it's a, what would you call it, Donald? They call it wetlands back there. That's what the sign says. It's like wetlands, but it's almost a mile of it. And it's just so creepy because to me, you could kind of see down in there, and then you could kind of see like stuff moving in there. And then yesterday when we were doing it, you could hear like tree branches breaking and stuff scurrying along. And I'm just like, a lot of people do it by themselves, but to me, it's just so creepy. And I know I can't run just a straight mile by myself, so I could probably walk real fast. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but I'm gonna go ahead and go. I signed up for the Cancer Society. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I might have shared it. I don't know if I did, but about, what was that, Donald, 10 years ago, my mom passed away from breast cancer. And one day when I can sit down and talk to y'all about it without getting emotional, because I was upset by it, because I felt like she should still be here. But anyway, I signed up for the Cancer Society. It's like for the month of June, you have to walk 100 miles. And so I broke it down. I told Donald, I was like, if I do 4.25 miles per day for 6 days, then I could rest like on a Sunday or something, or on a travel day or something like that. So I got it down to 4.25 per day. So yesterday, I think, what did we do yesterday, Donald? I think we did like 3.7 miles yesterday. Yeah. And then the day before we did like 3.5. So I don't know what I did with my Apple Watch charger. It is not here, so I had to reorder an Apple Watch, so I had to pull out Old Faithful. This is a good step tracker. I know I always say I'm going to link it in the description, but I promise y'all I'm going to link it in the description. But this watch is really good if you don't want to spend all the money that it takes for an Apple Watch. I like this one better than the Apple Watch because it really keeps up with your heart rate and, you know, telling you when you need to breathe and, you know, just blood pressure and all that. I feel like this is better because I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick. So when we were in Jacksonville, was that last summer, Donald?
What happened?
Say hey to the fam first before we get out.
How y'all doing?
When I got accosted on the beach.
I think that was the summer before last.
Oh, right, because we were in Houston last summer, so it was the summer before last. I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. So the reason why I love Jacksonville so much is because it's right there at the ocean, right? So I told Donald, I was like, you know, I'm going to go for a walk. And so him and DJ went back home, and I stayed on the beach, and I just walked. I was walking, getting my steps in, right? But I was not paying attention to my surroundings. Now, as I was looking to my left, I was like, it looked like a fence used to be here. Remember, I'm on the military base. I said, it looks like a fence used to be here. And then when I look to the right, I see a tower, but I don't pay attention to it, right? So I'm just walking. Now, on the military side of the beach, there's nobody hardly out. There's maybe 6 people. Now, when you go on the weekends, it's full, but like during the regular work week or something, it's not that many people out there. But when you get past, remember I told you about the fence. When you get past that part of it, you see a lot of people. And I'm like, that's really weird that they let all these stragglers come on to the beach like this, because this could be like, a breach, like somebody could breach into the military base and come on. But I'm not thinking, I'm just like, well, I'm sure they got it all together. They're not going to worry about me. So like I say, I'm walking, I got my headphones on and I'm just listening. And I play that rap music when I'm walking. Bia, that's my joint right there. If it didn't have all that cussing, it would be the best song in the world. But that's my song because I feel like I can keep up with my steps with Bia, right? So anyway, I'm walking. So I was like, oh, gee, I done walked way too far. I'm amongst all the people, right? So I turn around and I'm coming back and I'm just got my music like it's on, it can't go no higher. And I'm just walking fast and all this. And all of a sudden I see 3 soldiers run up to me as fast as they can. And they got weapons, but they're not drawn, but they got their weapons and you can see them in the front. And so one of them stopped right in front of me. And he's like, where you going? I say, I'm getting ready to go back to my RV. He's like, no, you ain't. I was like, huh? And he was like, you're walking onto the military base. I was like, I know, I've been on it this whole time. Well, we didn't see you walk off. I was like, but I'm over here camping with my husband. And they was like, yeah. So show me your ID, please. Of course, I didn't have my ID because I'm walking. I'm not paying attention. And she was like, yeah, we about to take you in. I was like, wait, what? I was like, no. I was like, what are you doing? She was like, if you can't produce an ID, I'm going to have to take you in. And so I was like, please give me just 1 minute. Now my heart is racing. And so I called Donald. I'm like, Donald, they finna take me to jail, Donald? Because they came out of nowhere. So I was shocked and I was scared and I was nervous. And she was like, do you have a picture of your ID in your phone? I was like, no, I don't. So I was like, can I call my husband? He's at the RV park. I quoted the spot we were in. I told him everything. I was like, yeah, anybody could know that. And I was like, can I please call my husband? So I'm calling Donald. I'm like, they finna take me to jail, Donald. I was like, help me. And I was like, I need my ID. He was like, where your ID at? I said, it's in one of my purses. I didn't know which purse I had. I'm like, it's in one of my purses. Look on the side. And so he was like, all right, baby, I'm coming. And she was like, yeah, he got about 2 minutes to get here or you're going to be in trouble. And I was like, can he take a picture of the ID once he get it? Because I say, he ain't going to be able to run up here because he got his ankle is messed up. Donald still has bolts and screws and stuff in his ankles. He can't run up here. All right. So she was like, well, if he could send me a picture of the front and back of your ID and it's actually you, I'll let you go. And I was like, okay. So he sends the picture to me and then I show it to her and she was like, you can't go past this fence. Well, she told me, she said, it wasn't fence in there anymore. Let me go back. So she tells me, she said, you can't walk past this anymore. She said, it was a fence here, but a storm came about 2 months ago and knocked the whole thing down. And she says, you could kind of tell that there was a fence here, but it's not a fence anymore. And she says, so when you're doing your walking, she said, I would hope that you would not walk down this far. And so she let me go. Like, get from around here. So I said, okay. I said, I promise you won't see me no more while I'm on this trip. I said, I'm out. So now my adrenaline is pumping because I just been accosted. I wasn't really accosted, but I'm walking fast. Like I'm gone. I'm running at this point. Now, I ain't supposed to be running because I got the new knee, but I'm running. So I'm running at this point, trying to get back to the RV, trying to get back to Donald because I was like, I'm going to hop in the shower, take me a hot shower. I'm getting in that bed and I'm not leaving that RV no more today because my heart can't take it. And my little watch was beeping. Beep, 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 beep. Your heart is going too, your heart is speeding. Your heart is racing too fast. You got to slow down. You got to slow down. I'm gone. I can't stop because my adrenaline is like on 1,000. And I'm running back to the house. I was so glad to see Donald and DJ. I was so glad to see Donald and DJ. But when I tell you, this watch was like, you need to stop. It was just beeping, beep, beep, beep. I mean, my arm was buzzing all the way, but I made it back. Well, I think I had walked maybe 2 miles. I had gone about 2 miles one way. Or was it maybe, okay, I'm going to say about 1.5 miles. Yeah. Right? About 1.5 miles. It couldn't have been that far, though, because you can see it.
It was over a mile. It was probably 1.5 miles.
Yeah, so about 1.5 miles. So I'm trucking it back. I'm getting there. And when I saw Donald, I just fell. I was just like, because to see people running up to you with weapons that, like I said, they weren't drawing or anything. But I'm just like, I know they joking because I just walked past here not even 5 minutes ago. Baby, let me tell you something. One thing you don't want to do is go to a restricted area of a military base. That's one thing you don't want to do. Because me and Donald did that before when we went to Washington, D.C. We went there by mistake. We were on a military base, and I don't know what GPS or what we were using, but there were no cars back there. And Donald was like, well, I think we went too far. Because you did see the signs, but you didn't know where you weren't supposed to go. So I was like, yeah, Donald, we need to go back. So we're going to go back, right? So Donald goes down this little street, and we see a gate, and we don't pay attention. And we getting ready to turn around, and somebody hopped out. What y'all doing back here? He looked at us and laughed just like that. He's like, what y'all doing back here? And I was like, we're turning around. Yeah, go ahead and turn the key, turn your car off, pop all the trunks, everything, give me your ID. Let's run this check. So, but that was our fault. That was our fault because we had driven too far down a road that we shouldn't have even been on in the beginning. And I'm just like, I hate that because they do a thorough background check on you to make sure. And I told Donald, I was like, I don't know what part of the base that we weren't supposed to be on, but we are never going out, because I was ready to go home. And so we were talking to one of Donald's friends that used to work for security on the military base. And he was like, yeah, somebody probably got fired because y'all shouldn't have got that far. And he was like, yeah, that wasn't a good look. He was like, yeah, people do it all the time, just by mistake. So that first experience had me nervous because somebody turn your car off, hand me the keys, open all the doors, pop the hood, pop the trunk. They come out with this mirror and looked up under the car and all of that stuff. And I was just like, ooh, welcome to Washington, D.C. Was that Maryland? That was Maryland, right?
Yes.
Fort Meade, Maryland.
Yeah.
That's where Donald was born. He should have knew better. He should have knew better.
Oh, yeah. When I was a baby, I was...
You should have remembered that when you were a kid. But I don't know why we were back there, but our GPS system was... Because we hadn't been on that base before. Mm-hmm. And the GPS was just sending us back there. And I'm like, Donald, nobody else is coming this way. And
GPS has gotten us in trouble so many times. Remember we almost drove through a missile range because of GPS?
When we were headed to White Sands, New Mexico.
Yeah, I didn't know if you remember.
I was just like... Okay, so now that we're talking this out, you know how you have to talk things out to make informed decisions? We're going to throw that GPS system away. But somebody sent Donald a really nice one, right? Is that what you have in there?
That's a dash cam.
Oh, that's a dash cam.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know what happened, but whatever GPS system we use, and I think it's his phone, right?
His phone.
He uses his phone for the most part. For the most part, he uses his phone, and I'm just like, we can't use Donald's phone for nothing else because we just keep getting in trouble. But anyway, you're supposed to walk this 100 miles in the month of June. I'm going to try my best to do my best. But yeah, 4.2 miles every day, 6 days a week. Then on Sundays, I'll rest. I don't know how my knee is going to hold up. I'm hoping that it does. So like I said, we've been walking for the last 3 days and my knee hasn't given me any trouble. Plus I got my good tennis. I had left them on the RV. So I got those and it's been a breeze. I like walking this park because they have water fountains, and they have that little attachment at the bottom for the dogs. So we've been taking DJ because lately he's been feeling a little antsy and zoom, he gets the zoomies. So when we take him on this walk, he has headed for the day, and we try to go before it gets really hot. But St. Louis don't really get that hot right now this time of year, but next month we gonna feel it. But yeah, so we take DJ and we let him get water from the little water fountains. And you know what? When we were kids, we used to drink from water fountains all the time. Like they have them at the schools and at the parks and stuff like that. Like we would drink from them and wouldn't even think anything about it.
Exactly.
But now when I see them, I'm like, I can't drink from that. I can't drink. But then you got to remember, back then we didn't even have bottled water. But when I grew up, we would drink water from water hoses.
We had to. We'd be outside for like 4 or 5 hours.
I'm telling you.
If we didn't drink water from a water fountain, we would have expired. We would have dehydrated.
Yeah, because one of your friends would turn on the water hose and everybody would get their sip of, it wasn't good, it wasn't cold water, but it kept you cool.
I remember running around playing outside with my little brother, and somebody turned the water on because we was like so tired and so thirsty.
Just exhausted.
And the dude turned on the water hose. We drank water. It felt so cold, clean.
And I'm going to tell you how nasty we were. Because somebody was drinking the water, you catch the other end of what they didn't drink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You think about that for a minute, because somebody would hold the water hose and the water would be coming out, and you got 3 or 4 faces trying to catch that water after the first person that didn't get it.
We had an older dude in our neighborhood, right? He always said, let the water run for a little while because there was like dirty stuff in the hose.
Yeah,
so
we did
to turn
that.
The water hose on for like about 20 seconds before he let us drink.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. We let the water run for a little while, wash everything out, and then we just drink from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But seriously, I've seen kids drink the water and there's somebody catching it on the other end as the water coming by. And I'm like, I never did that because I knew that was nasty. Now I'm like, now we out here, we used to be outside making mud pies and mud candies and stuff. Like, we used to make that, play in the mud like that when we were little. We used to play in the mud. That was our fun, playing in the mud, paper, rock, scissors, jacks, all that kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, I could not drink out of that water fountain yesterday for nothing. And I wanted to so bad. I was like, nah, we are a mile away from home. I'm gonna tough it out. But I was just like, boy, but DJ was tearing that water up.
Yeah.
We didn't do, when we were kids, I guess we just didn't worry about stuff like that. Like, you didn't worry about it, Yeah, that was that. But anyway, fam, I'm gonna get out here before it gets too hot. It is 7:20. I'm already 20 minutes behind schedule. See, Donald didn't think I was going to walk today, did you, player?
I did.
Because he ain't going with me, but I'm not going to the creepy part today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk to the top and back. So if I go just this side and I do it twice, I should be okay. There are a lot of geese. Is that what they are?
Yes.
There are a lot of geese at this park. And let me tell you, the poop is everywhere. The poop is everywhere. So I'm not going to start off on the trail. I'm going to start off like along the side of the street. And then I'll walk back because that poop is everywhere. And I mean, the geese, I promise you, it had to be over 100 yesterday that we walked through. Yeah. Well, at least 50. It was about 50. And they had
it was about 100. We walked through a couple flocks of like 20. So it was three flocks of 20. So.
Yeah. All right, fam. So, again, I was just opening up the vlog. I will call y'all right back. All right, fam. All right, family. I am back from my walk. How long do you think I was gone, Donald?
Hour and 15 minutes. Hour and 20 minutes.
I was gone for an hour and 35 minutes.
Oh, dang.
That's how long I walked. I have 11,468 steps. Now, you would think that's 4 miles, but my watch is saying 3.65 miles.
4 miles.
But that's okay. I'm going to add the extra little half mile or whatever I need to get my 4 miles in today. But you could do that just walking in the house. But anyway, I just wanted to come back and give y'all an update, let you know your girl is out here in these RV streets trying to get her life in order. Whew, baby, I'm gonna tell you, what is good for stress. I was stressed out really bad at one time in my life. I was really, really stressed, and I talked to this therapist, and she was just like, you know what you could do? She said, when you're really, really stressed, she said, go to a park or, just go outside, and she said, walk 15 minutes at a brisk pace, just straight, don't stop, 15 minutes. And then she said, after you walk that 15 minutes, she said, come back the same 15 minutes the same way. And she said, you will feel better. You will relieve some stress. And believe it or not, it worked. It really worked. And ever since then, I was like, you know what? When I'm stressed, because I'm stressed right now, just a little bit, nothing bad. Some things going on in the background. But yeah, walking really helps me. And I feel better after I'm done. Too bad Donald couldn't join me today.
Not today.
But I'm going to rest tomorrow and then I'll get back at it. So I think the best thing for me is 3 days on, 1 day off. 3 days on, 1 day off. So it'll still average out to 5 days for the week and 2 days off, right?
Yes.
It'll still average out to that.
Yeah.
Why do I always have to check with Donald to make sure what I'm saying makes sense? But anyway, fam, I'm about to cook my family some breakfast, and I'm going to call you right back. All right, fam. It's been a couple days, guys. I've been trying to get this video out for a couple days, so I think after this segment, I'm going to go ahead and edit the video and put it out. But anyway, my Iowa grandbabies have come in town. Jordan and Carter, those are my oldest son's children. And their older brother is Zion. I introduced you guys to Zion a couple videos back. Well, yesterday when Jordan got here, she was talking like didn't want to use her throat. And I'm like, what's wrong, Jordan? Because normally when she comes in, because Donald took me to the store, I knew they were on their way, so I went and got all their favorite things, like I had to make sure I had the fruit snacks and the chips, and they like those little dinosaur chicken nuggets and french fries. So I had to go get all their little favorites with the Kool-Aid jammers and stuff like that, because I want to be the grandmother with the mostest, right? So I go and get the stuff, and I'm like, Jordan, would you like fruit snacks? Because that's the first thing she does when she comes to grandma's house, and she grabs those fruit snacks. And she was like, no, my throat hurt. And she says, my medicine is in the car. And I'm like, so what kind of medicine did you have? Because I'm thinking strep throat, because I used to get strep throat all the time. And I used to sound just like her. That's why I knew what it was. And she said her mom gave her cough drops. Now I have to be careful what I say here because they watch the channel. So, yeah. I remember when my son got strep throat, the doctor told me to go get him, when he had a sore throat, we had to go get him some Get Better Bears. You know what I'm saying? It's a sucker for children, and it coats their throat as they, lick the sucker and stuff like that. And so I'm looking up Get Better Bears. They don't sell Get Better Bears anymore. They call them something else. And then they have this throat spray. So I ordered from Target. We're going to go up and we're going to get it. But I noticed she's running a fever. And I tell my son, I'm like, yeah, we might end up taking her to the hospital, urgent care or something. I say, because she doesn't feel good at all. You can kind of tell when kids are sick, like they're not themselves. Jordan is very talkative. She likes to eat. She likes to have fun. She only wanted her blanket. So I made her some tea, right? I'm gonna make her some tea with lemon and honey and all the stuff. She couldn't drink it. She was just in pain. So I figure, I was like, well, we'll spray the throat spray down her throat and she'll be better. Well, this morning she's not better. So my son is calling me and I'm going to meet him over at urgent care. And we're going to get her some medicine and get her well. But it's so much I want to say, but I don't want to offend anybody. But ladies, y'all know where I'm thinking right now. Like, you gotta know, the grandma in me is just so frustrated. I'm just frustrated, and I don't like when people put children's pain off when they wouldn't put their own pain off. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen children who were hurt And the parents are like, oh, she'll be all right. But then when you have that same pain, the world stops. No, you tend to the children. You tend to the children. And I'm just like so frustrated this morning because Donald and I, say hey to the fam, Don.
Hey, what's going on, fam? How y'all doing?
So Donald and I are packing up to move. We're going to stay at the same RV spot, but we're moving up closer because this place is so packed where we are now. They had to squeeze us in. So in order for us to stay here as long as we're going to stay, we have to move probably, what, 1 or 2 more times?
Yeah.
And I'm cool with it. So today is move day, and I packed up everything in such a rush. And I told Donald, I'm like, double check my work. But I think I have my packing down. And like I said, we're only going around it ain't even a block.
Not even a block.
Not even a block. So, yeah. And I'm just like, I'm going to go up here and sit with Jordan, and I'm going to hold her hand and make sure she is okay. I should have taken her myself yesterday, but I felt like if she could just coat her throat and start drinking, it'll be okay. Because, you know, when I would get it, they would give me erythromycin, I think that's what it's called.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, erythromycin, because, you know, the ear, nose, throat, all that together. I think that's what it's called. But I just need to make sure she has some relief. And I just feel so bad for her. And I'm just like, oh, I want to say a lot, but I'm going to be good. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but Lord have mercy. And I'm going to tell you something about grandkids. Now, you know, like when you have children of your own, I'm going to put you in it since you're right there. So when you have children of your own, like, I'm that parent. If the school called me and say your kid is sick, I'm there. Before you hang the phone up, I'm on my way. And I just tell my job that all the time. I'm like, my children have to come first. You know, so if they're sick or whatever, I made sure I took them to the doctor, whatever they needed. But and I was strong because I didn't have really a whole lot of help, but I did have help. But in the grand scheme of things, I had to take care of a lot. So I had to be a very strong woman. And people used to say, Peggy, you are so strong. I don't know how you do this. Or, Peggy, you're so strong. And so I let people tell me that. And on inside, you know how people tell you, oh, you're so strong. You can handle anything. You're so strong. You're such a strong woman. You're this, you're that. And I'm like, I am not. You don't see me behind closed doors in there crying because I don't know how I'm going to fix something. But thanks to God, it works out. And I'm just like, so the older I get, I'm like, I find myself being more emotional. And your grandchildren, it's like a different muscle, you know. Like, I hope I don't get in here and start crying.
I would not bet against it. All I can say is, I know I
don't know what it is, but it's like, because I was a roll your sleeve up, let's get this done type girl. That's what I had to do it because I had nobody else to do it, right? Because my husband had passed on. But baby, with these grandkids, oh my goodness.
If you're sitting in the waiting room and she starts crying a little bit harder, you're gonna be like angry and crying at the same time. You be like, y'all.
Well, no, because look, I don't mess around with these people who have to fix my food or mess with my health.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit there and be quiet. But I'm gonna tell y'all what. When Trey graduated, out of nowhere, I just bust out crying.
And she was laughing and crying like, why am I crying?
I'm just like, why am I crying? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you guys this picture. So I've never seen this at a graduation before. They had 3 students who passed away, and they were supposed to walk across the stage with these kids. One girl died from cancer. One guy, his friend was playing with a gun and shot him in the head and killed him. And then a kid committed suicide. And so what they did was I'm not going to show the pictures, but they draped the cap and gown across the chair. and then they put the picture, and then the family, when they called the kid's name, somebody from the family would represent, and everybody would stand up and give a big standing ovation, right? And so when I realized what that was, you know, because I was like, why do they have these 3 chairs here? But I couldn't see because I was on the side and the chairs were facing front. And when I saw what it was, it did something to me. And so when I saw Trey fist bump his friend, and he looked over at me and he smiled, I broke down crying. And I told my son, I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I was like, what is wrong with me? I couldn't stop crying. I cried for about 5 minutes. I couldn't stop crying.
Yeah. Those empty chairs got me when the moms came across the stage and received the diploma for their child.
Yeah, they got standing ovations and stuff like that. Because people, you know, you felt it. You felt it.
So I'm glad I was able to make it to the graduation. And it was just a roller coaster of emotions and everything. But there's a level of pride there that I did not expect. You know what? Because it's just, I don't know, it's just different seeing, because I saw him as a baby, and now this baby is graduating high school.
I know.
And like, and we connected on so many different levels and everything. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moment.
Donald and Trey they are the same person.
It is hilarious.
Donald and Trey are the same person. Like, we could go on forever talking about this. I'm trying not to be emotional, and I could take my kids to the doctor a lot and never get emotional, but today I'm emotional and I don't understand it. We beat him up here.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, we beat my son up here because he just right down the street. Because I don't see either one of his cars up here.
No, not yet.
So we'll back in there, so we'll see him when he comes in, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we have to be out of our RV spot in 2 hours. But like I say, all Donald has to do is drop off the RV, and if I need him, he'll come.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't need him, because I was thinking, I was like, if it's tonsillitis or something like that, if she needs to have surgery, I don't know how that will work out, but I will keep you guys posted. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all, normally at this point in the game, I would shut down and y'all wouldn't be getting no videos, but I'm trying to grow up, y'all. I'm trying to get better at this vlogging thing, and I want to share, but I don't want to share too much. Too late. But this is just what I'm dealing with, and actually it helps me to talk about it.
There you go.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm talking about it. This is what's going on, and I am telling you what, I have never been pulled in so many directions than when I come home. And I told them, I said, you know what, I'm not coming back next year. Next year I'm gonna do something different next year. I just can't do this. Every time I come, it's like they hold on to things until mom comes. Mom, I need a new cell phone. You want to go to the cell phone company with me? Mom, you want to do this with me? I'm just like, no, but I will.
But I will. There you go.
No, but I will.
The difference between what I want to do and what I will do, because there's something she don't want to do, but she will do, and that's about everything. She will do everything that is asked of her, and the most giving person I have ever met. Now, she'll be mad, she'll fuss at you about it. You see a lot of jokes about it on Instagram.
I won't fuss about it.
You see a lot of jokes on Instagram and TikTok about how black mamas will say, okay, yeah, I'll do it, but you know what? Why you ask me so dang late? Go get my purse. Yeah. Why you need to tell me this? You know, well, you ought to not get it. Go get it out the kitchen.
I have not relaxed yet. And Donald and I was like, okay, the graduation is over. We are going to relax. And I promise you, every day.
Every single day.
Every day is something else and something else and something else. But after this, I'm going to turn my phone off. And I'm just going to rest for like 2 or 3 days. Well, Memorial Day is Sunday. And I know some of the kids are coming over to the house. And we're going to cook out and just hang out, and I'm all for that. This truck is not moving. We are going to sit still, and then we have a camping trip coming up Tuesday, so that's good. It's only 2 hours from where we are right now, so that's good. It'll be a quick short trip, but we've been getting stuff done, believe it or not, because when we come here, we always have stuff to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I would tell y'all a whole lot more, but I don't want my daughter to get mad because she be watching these videos. Mom, why you keep telling these people my business? I'm like, girl, I didn't say no name. But anyway, yeah. I'm going to call y'all right back. All right, fam. Hey, Jordan.
Hi.
How do you feel now?
Good.
So, what was wrong? Strep throat, and you feel better now? Look at the fam and say thank you for praying for me.
Thank you.
Say hi, Carter.
Hi, guys.
No, you're Carter. Just say hi.
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 Hi, Carter.